morning. Today is Tuesday the 20th of April. I have just made myself a black coffee, a very strong black coffee. I've been up for quite a while. I've made Jim some breakfast. Jim's working away today and it's now 9:15. I'm not hungry, I'm not massively hungry yet, so I'm just gonna hold off on having breakfast. I'm gonna go and drink my coffee. Today I'm working from home and I've got a lot of work that I need to do, so I'm gonna just crack on with that and drink my coffee, and then probably in the next hour or so I'll be hungry and I'll make breakfast. But I am gonna be making another what I eat in a day video today. Not as adventurous as yesterday's, because it's just literally gonna be, I probably won't leave the house today, but it's fine. Like I said, I've got a huge to-do list of loads of stuff that I would really love to get finished and all sort of like loose ends tied up today. So that's what I'm gonna do. But happy Tuesday. So it's now 10 o'clock and I've managed to already get quite a few things done that I was procrastinating and putting off. So I'm very happy about that. I spent a very large amount of time on the telephone to utility companies and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna make my breakfast now, which is gonna be a protein shake. Surprise, surprise. I'm gonna have my vanilla ice cream. I've just had a thought, I really hope I've got enough almond milk. There's at least enough for one, so that's good. Oh, we might have to make a vanilla chocolate shake for lunch. So yeah, still having my protein shakes for breakfast and lunch, and I'm still going to continue to do that until I don't want to. Like, it's crazy to me because in the cupboard there's like loads of sourdough, beetroot sourdough that we got from the farm shop yesterday. All sorts of yumminess, you know. I could have a tin of chopped tomatoes on sourdough, which is like one of my favourite meals ever. But I'm choosing to have my protein shake, and I keep saying, and I will keep saying, that it is a choice. I'm not doing it because I'm thinking I have to do this to lose weight, or I have to do this to, you know, whatever. It's not, there's no have to about it. It's a choice. I want to do it. And that is really crazy, because I think I've been doing it consecutively for at least a month now. If anybody else is more informed about that, then let me know below how long I've been doing it. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's obviously working for me though. Like, I feel like I'm not thinking about food as much, and I guess that's down to me and my mindset as well. But yeah, it's really working. So why change something that's working? Last night, by the way, I sort of ended the video and said that I was going to try and not have anything else to eat. I did have some of Jim's peanut butter chocolate shards and they were incredible. So delicious. They were really, really good. Probably had maybe about 200 calories worth of that. What else did I have? I had something else. Oh, and I also had some more of the broccoli chip things, so I probably had an extra 350 calories, and I didn't track it. I'll put it in today though. I'll be a good girl and I will put it in today, and I'll make sure I check everything today. So let's get making breakfast. So it's just after 3 o'clock and I've got a lot of my work done. I've had a shower. I'm gonna be making a second protein shake soon. Time's just flown by today. But for the last hour, I've been doing a little bit of research into a condition called lipedema. Now, if you haven't heard of that term, or you're not sure what it is, it's basically a fat disorder. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. People who have lipedema have a different way that their body stores fat differently, it metabolizes it differently, basically doesn't metabolize it regardless of what they do. It's a limb disorder, so it affects your legs and your arms. It has a bunch of symptoms that come with it, including obviously enlarged legs and arms, a buildup of fat, distorted kind of like body proportion, pain in your legs, swelling, bruising, a bunch of things. Now, I first heard of this disorder when I was about 19 or 20, so about 12 years ago-ish. And the reason I came across it, and at the time it was a lot less known about than it is now. I think it's got a bit more of a social presence and understanding than it did back then. But the way that I sort of like came across it was, I was having a few sort of like issues, symptoms. So as I've said before, and I tend to ramble so much, so I'm going to try and keep this as short and precise as possible, but we know with me it's very hard, so stick with me. But when I was younger, I was an obese child. I was very overweight, and as I got older and learned more about nutrition and more about health, I ended up losing a bunch of weight, and I led a very active lifestyle throughout sort of my teens, from the ages of about 16 right up until probably the age of about 24, 25. My weight fluctuated throughout that time, but right back when I was about 19, I had lost quite a bit of weight naturally through eating healthily and exercise, and became very sort of like wanted to know a lot about nutrition and the body and this, that and the other. As I lost weight, my legs never really seemed to change shape. So the very first thing that I think, the very first thing or like reason that I got onto lipedema was because of the size of my legs. And back then, 19-year-old me, the only thing I wanted was a thigh gap. I'd have honestly done anything for a thigh gap. It was in all the magazines when I was growing up, how to gain a thigh gap. And believe me, I did the exercise to try and achieve this bloody thigh gap. Through probably a very long process of bullying, particularly about the size of my legs, which actually went into adulthood, which is pretty fucking disgusting. But through all that kind of like trauma, it just gave me a very low opinion about my legs, and they were very obviously different to normal legs. And at the time, I just kind of thought I was fat and overweight and, you know, this, that and the other. So tried everything possible to try and achieve a normal looking legs, did all the kind of like workouts you can imagine. And I did lose a lot of weight. I lost a heck of a lot of weight, but my legs always kind of remained the same and very disproportional to the rest of my body. I always just classed myself as a typical pear-shaped girl. So my upper half was around 10 to 12 and my lower half was 16 to 18. At one stage, my upper half was probably lower than a 10, around an 8. And it was just a nightmare to get clothes to fit. Jeans would always like fall down my waist, but obviously be very tight around my legs. Skirts, there was no way that I was ever going to find an item of clothing that you had to make it fit on your waist and on your hips and thighs. So, you know, it's always been a concern as to why this is. And, you know, it could just be because I'm overweight and I need to lose weight. But taking my history into consideration, I've always kind of in the back of my head felt like I could have this disorder. Right back from being 19, Googling some of the symptoms that I had, I'd have very heavy bruising. My legs were very painful. They're so painful to the touch, I cannot even tell you. Like sometimes if my like boyfriend leans over on me, I'll like yelp in pain and he'll be like, I barely even touched you. And I'm like, I know, but trust me, it's like incredibly painful. And there's so many different symptoms that I have that all kind of lead me to think it is. And that's how I initially came across this condition, is because I was Googling certain things like unable to lose weight on legs was probably one of them, pain in legs, lumps in legs, bruising, you know, all these kind of things. And eventually this sort of like thing popped up, and I did a lot of research at it at the time. I watched a lot of people talk about it, I read a lot about it, and in the back of my head I went, yeah, that's what I've got, and that's it. I didn't go any further because I was incredibly embarrassed. And the only thing that I can think as to why I didn't go further with it is because of the bullying, because of like my anxiousness and self-consciousness and embarrassment about my body and embarrassment about, you know, my legs and whatnot. It just prohibited me from making that step into going and talking to a doctor. I'd messaged lipedema charities, people with lipedema, to kind of discuss it and talk about it, and I never just took that step into finding out. And it's so silly not to, because it's either yes I have it or no I don't have it, and either way I get the outcome that I want, really, because I either find out that I don't and I can put my concerns to rest and just feel like, okay, well, a lot of the symptoms do marry up, but maybe it's something else, or maybe it's just that I just need to lose the weight. Or I get the diagnosis that, yeah, you do have lipedema, and then I can also go forward with treatment for it, or know how to manage it and that kind of thing. I already do things, actually, to try and manage it. The way that I manage my leg pain or the discomfort that I have, or things that I go through on a daily basis, is to look at how people deal with lipedema, and do that, and it helps. Like my compression socks are like I have a round body brush that I do lymphic drainage, and that helps with the swelling and the pain. But I think I've just got to a point in my life where I just really want to know. I just really want to know. So I have actually an appointment on Friday with a lady who does MLD, I think it's called MLD, which is manual lymph drainage, which is like a massage to drain swelling off my legs. And it's actually really weird how this has all come about. My boyfriend went to her because he has he's got torn meniscus in both knees, and he's got extreme overpronation in both his ankles, and he really does suffer with his knees, bless him. And he went to her for like sports therapy massage on his knees because of the trauma that he's had on them. And he mentioned like the few things that she was doing, and I mentioned how, oh well, I kind of do that, but I don't obviously do it well because I'm not trained, the lymphic drainage thing. And he booked me in. I probably wouldn't have done it myself, but he's booked me in, and I have an appointment on Friday to go and see her. And she obviously deals with people that have been diagnosed with lipedema on a daily basis. And I think the first step to me being comfortable to going to the doctor and talking about it would be first go to her and see what she thinks. And if she's in agreement that I do have it, then I feel like I'll go to the doctor and then hopefully go from there. But it's something that I'm like 80% sure I have, but we will just see. I wish I could, like, I want to try and show you like why I feel like I have it, but it's just really hard to do. It's just one of them things. I'm being very vulnerable putting this out there, you know, very, very vulnerable. It's something that has bothered me for a long time, so we will see. We will see. But I just thought I'd share it with you because obviously this is a weight loss journey and I feel like it's a huge part of it. So I don't know. Do I have lipedema? We will find out. But I definitely feel like I'm at the right point in my life to go forward and actually find out what's going on. Whether it's just normal pain in my leg, whether the fact you can't see my knees is normal, whether the bruising and the tenderness and all these other things and the swelling is normal. You know, when I go through the sort of like symptom list, it's like I tick everything off. Like I have that, have that, have that. The only thing is, my ankle, I don't have like a line around my ankles, but most of the other things, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know on Friday or on my next video after Friday how I got on and what the lady has to say. And we'll just go from there. My head clearly isn't with it today because I completely forgot to film the process of making my lunch. But for lunch today, I'm having a protein shake. However, I realised that I was all out of almond milk. I had about just over 100 millilitres of it left. So I decided rather than going to the shops, because I'm incredibly lazy and can't be bothered walking there, I'd use some Alpro chocolate. It's chocolate milk. Is it chocolate almond milk? What's it made with? Is it almonds? Oh, it's chocolate flavoured soya. It's basically soya milk. I don't know how this is going to taste then, but we'll do a taste test. So I used a bit of the almond and then I used a bit of the chocolate soya. And that has come to 334 calories in total. I've never used soya milk to make a protein shake, so I don't know what it's going to be like. Let's do a little taste test. So I've got absolutely no idea if this is going to taste nice or not, but I thought I would do a little on-camera taste test to find out. It's really good. It just tastes like a chocolate milkshake. Yeah, not bad. Oh, falling. Not bad at all. So it's now 7:30 and we're hungry, so we're gonna have tea. Jim's home now. We're having a bit of a random dinner. We're gonna try the Asda plant-based fishless goujons. We're gonna have them alongside about 100 grams of sweet potato fries. I have quite a lot of calories remaining, so I'm also gonna have some of the corn chicken nuggets, which are so good. Not very healthy, like in the grand scheme of things, but so yummy. And then a little salad on the side, so I'm gonna get making dinner. finished meal, which is 497 calories, 65.7 grams of fat, 65.7 grams of carbs, 17.6 grams of fat and 15.5 grams of protein. I had a little nibble at the fishless fish goujon type thing. Really tasty. Got side salad, 50 grams of sweet potato fries and half a pack of the fishless goujons, and then some of 4 of the corn crispy nuggets each. These are absolutely phenomenal, taste amazing. So yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna finish today's video here. The only thing that I haven't filmed, because I haven't eaten them yet, are gonna be some strawberries, and everything else I filmed and put into my diary. So that is gonna leave me 29 grams over on carbs, 9 grams of fat remaining, 77 grams of protein remaining, and 236 calories remaining. So thank you for watching today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll probably be making another what I eat in a day video tomorrow. So until then, stay happy, healthy, and well. Bye.